started from the bottom tonight. Universally recognized as the pound-for-pound king with an undefeated professional record of 38 victories. 29 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former lightweight world champion, former undisputed super lightweight world champion, born, bred, and repping Omaha, Floyd Crawford.
And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with pink trim, fighting out of and proudly representing Dallas, Texas. Truly one of the stars of boxing and pound-for-pound greats. He is undefeated in his campaign.
I'm a big fish. Big shark, great white, on the top predator.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former U.S. Olympian and current sensational, reigning and defending, undefeated WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world. Introducing the truth, Errol Spence Jr.
In the world of boxing, causing harm as well as enduring it is part of the game. Fear of pain is hardly the reason for fights not being held, but it is the politics and business of boxing that prevents fights from taking place.
Yeah, to all the killers and the $100 billers. For real, niggas who ain't got no feelings.
Two of this generation's greatest, both proclaimed as pound for pound, as 50-50ths a fight as it gets, two undefeated fighters in or around their prime for all the marbles. On that night, history will be made and foretell the new undisputed welterweight to be written in history amongst the legends.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mark comes equipped with warfare. Beware, not shot the shit. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone.
Try that body shot, man.
Stop. Easy. Don't stop you. Easy. That shit gonna be easy work, I promise you.
I'm solid as a rock.
Knock you out, bro. You got hurt by getting hit. We seen you get wobbly, like. We seen you get wobbly.
Then what?
We seen you.
After that.
Don't matter.
After that. Wait till I hit you.
Sorry.
You gonna look like Benavidez.
Every man for themself in his land, we be gunning and keep them shook crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close.
This fight has been the talk of the fans for more than 5 years. Crawford had split from Top Rank Promotions and gone head-to-head with Al Heyman, but negotiations for the fight have yet to be successful.
After it was looking like we had a good shot at seeing Terence Crawford and Errol Spence finally get it on for all the marbles at welterweight, not to mention for pound supremacy in the biggest fight in boxing, it seems to me that Al Heyman, Spence's advisor, has successfully ducked Crawford for now. Al, as always, you have an open invitation to tell your side of the story on this show.
Natural, small guy, that's what everybody quotes. He's a little guy, but I didn't stop every opponent that stepped in the ring with me. That says a lot.
I mean, like I said, he's on the wrong side of the street. That's why he's calling out our Heyman guys, right? All right. How you gonna get that fight when you just signed with ESPN? I'm not going to ESPN at all. Because the big money fights and the fights that is really going to get made and the fights I'm really going to make is with Showtime and Fox Sports.
These two guys are both undefeated. Yep. In a perfect weight class. If they don't fight right now, mark my word, the fight won't happen because somebody going to get beat before it happens. Trust me, it's how boxing works.
And I tell you, you speak funny you say that because Jaron Ennis is Errol Spence's mandatory. And that guy's hungry, he's a beast, and he's dangerous.
When you look at it, a lot of people say, oh, well, why you didn't fight Boots? Or why you didn't fight Ortiz? Well, them names that never came up. I would have fought them names in a heartbeat. Come on, man. I'm the best fighter in the world. Who you think I am?
Soon as something happened, who the first one they blame?
Come on, man.
It was out of my control.
I called you
I don't know your number.
And told you, listen,
I don't know your number.
save it. That's just bread on the table, man. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Stop mentioning my name, my nigga. Why you worry about? I'm the one they call on. Gotta feed the family. If not, then it
About me
falls on.
when I eat this good food.
This is real talk. Funeral arrangements. Whoever put their paws on. And who else be in the field? Front line to the war's gone.
Spence is a young, athletic fighter who has skills, is very tough, and he can punch. He has the feeling of an all-time great in his prime.
Still let his gap burst. Who can go the distance? Who's underrated? Who's the most consistent? Who get the real love? Who the jails never got it just do? Is everybody still like that? Or is it just you? Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking.
People are saying that's the best fight that can be made in boxing.
That is the best fight, you know, on paper.
I never say I ain't fight nobody. I'll fight whoever.
But we don't know because we never fought the fight. You know, he's gifted in a lot of ways, and I'm gifted in a lot of ways. And a lot of people just view me and him as the two top fighters at the welterweight division. We just got to fight the fight to see who's number one.
Sometimes you have to take the role as the invisible man. Because all the accolades, all the glory goes to that man in that ring.
Errol has never faced anybody like Crawford, 1. 2, all the switching that he can do, he can go from righty to lefty. And when Crawford pinpoints, he has superior timing, speed, and power. Errol ain't never seen nothing like he gonna see. I'm telling you right now, he ain't gonna never see anything. He ain't never seen anything like Crawford.
Only glory you get is what you get when he opens his mouth and congratulates you. The glory goes to him. Whoever he gives it to, God, whoever, but he says him to give it to him.
He has that sting. He buckled you. He buckled you, it's a wrap. Night-night. And if he hits Spence and them legs go like that, all she wrote. Best finisher in the boxing.
When was the last time 2 undefeated fighters in their primes fought, let alone 2 guys who are pound for pound top 5 in the world?
Well, why do we not have Spence Crawford in boxing right now? Why is that fight not taking place right now?
They had a problem with the fact that, I was calling out promoters. And I said, listen, it's the truth. The fact of the matter is that until you show me a fighter that's running from another fighter, I'm going to look at the promoters because y'all are holding the sports hostage.
Heyman may not want to risk losing all the belts to a non-PBC fighter in Crawford. I think that's part of why PBC pushed some silly pay-per-view deal with no guaranteed purse split when neither Errol nor Crawford are big pay-per-view draws to earn them what they deserve just on the back end.
I got criticism recently for saying that fight's not as big as we think it is. Al Heyman knows the boxing business like the back of his hand. The reality is Al Heyman is not prepared to put a guarantee together for that fight because, in my opinion, he knows the reality of the size of that fight. Big fight, mega fight for boxing. But if the fight was as big as everyone thought it was, do you not think he would just put the money up and make the fight? I would. You have to worry about Spence Crawford because if I'm setting a line on a budget for a guarantee, I'm setting the line at 350 or 400,000 buys. Now someone might say on Twitter, do 1 million buys that will it really? Okay, so what, are you going to put the money up for that on 1 million buys?
Who wins?
I think Errol Spence.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think Terence Crawford.
I was going to say, well, you're going against the...
Yeah, I just said Terence Crawford. Maybe if I say both, I'll just cover my options. I just feel that sooner or later, Errol Spence, the damage that's been done during his career, the car crash, the eye injury, I think he struggles or will struggle to start making 147 pounds as well. And I rate Terence Crawford very highly, but it's a 50-50 fight. But if you want me to pick, I pick Terence Crawford.
They don't understand me. Every day I'm taking chances, gambling, heart been damaged.
I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and it wasn't 2 feet in. I wasn't doing the things that, got me there, to that point.
They turn me to a baby.
He is expected to survive, we're told, and right now he is in ICU.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you.
Right now, PBC controls the welterweight division outside of Crawford. Errol's biggest threats are Ennis and Crawford, and if Crawford beats Errol, he's taking those belts and may run off with them. Moving up, we're going on to fight Virgil Ortiz, Charlo or Ennis.
If they don't get Boots now, if they don't get him now, I'm letting y'all know right now, if they don't get him now and he keeps maturing and getting better and building confidence, I'm telling you, he's going to take over. He's going to take over the welterweights.
Crawford has the WBO welterweight world title while Spence has accumulated the other 3 belts, WBC, IBF, and WBA.
Tell him strap season. You put his ass in the dirt. You put him in the dirt?
I'm frustrated about the whole circle around it. Like, they can't say my name. That's when I get frustrated. Yeah. You know, it's like
they being PBC.
Right. It's like somebody coaching them to be like, don't mention him. Yeah. Don't recognize him as a champion. So that's when I get frustrated, and that feeds me more to go in there and knock him off.
What you want to bet on that?
What you want to bet on?
Bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy.
Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right?
Easy. Let's bet $1 million. Easy.
This is the rare time boxing marinated a matchup to perfection. Sure, the fight has been plenty viable since 2018, but never has there been more on the line for Spence and Crawford.
Wouldn't you love to fight Terence Crawford? Wouldn't that be a spectacular fight? Just fantasy. Wouldn't it be great?
Like, you know, it's a big money fight because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, drinking the Kool-Aid. He's a great fighter, things like that, but you can't put him to me. We check our tax reports at the end of the year, I guarantee I make more than him. He got 3 coaches. We don't know who the head coach is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a way better fighter than Terence Crawford.
He don't know what it feels like to have all the belts on him. He don't know what it feels like to be the only champion in the division. He doesn't know what it feels like.
See, a lot of stuff is smoke and mirrors. That's what Bob Errol do. Bob Errol do a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors with him, and that's how it is with Terence Crawford. Like the guy he just fought, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta add it all into conclusion to who you say the top was to win, you know what I'm saying?
I want the fight so bad because I want to prove all the doubters. When I get a title, it's, oh, he's not fighting nobody. They pushing that down. I'm fighting the bums, but they not looking at. Jeff Horn was undefeated.
Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over.
Benavidez, undefeated.
Is he the finisher? They all expect him to be. He is.
I'm not picking guys that I'm like, oh, I don't want to fight tall guys, or I don't want to fight southpaws, or I don't want to fight slick fighters, or I don't want to fight brawlers. I'm taking them how they come.
All 4 147-pound titles would be on the line in the welterweight summit meeting, a fight that has been in the making for years.
This nigga still owe me a one-on-one.
Spence Crawford is one of the most anticipated boxing matches in some time. The winner won't just be recognized as the unquestioned best boxer in the stacked welterweight division. He'll probably be the undisputed pound-for-pound king.
If I could start from scratch, I wouldn't change shit. Same bloody t-shirt, same address, same dog food album banging in my tape deck. I was 2 feet away from a flat line. And you a bad boy, niggas don't wanna see you shine. Drake said it's my turn, he call it game time.